Hey, what's up, everyone? One of my favorite new things to use has been the browser in Codex, and I think they call it just ChatGPT now. But I've been mentioning this to people, and I feel like a lot of folks still don't know about it. So I thought I'll just do a small video on how this works. So this is Codex, or ChatGPT as it is known. There's a button here to toggle site panel, and you can open a browser here. So this is the native browser that it has, and I'm just going to open my ServiceNow instance in this browser. So you can see that all of this is opening within the ChatGPT app. And for this example, I'll take a very simple example and say that I have a user story on the screen. Look at the user story on the screen and use the same metadata to create another one about reminding the user that they should fertilize their trees in time. So pretty much you can, now forget about this. You can just give this the command and it should work independently. So what it will do is, since this is the browser of ChatGPT, you see that it is saying that I'm using the in-app browser skill, and it will inspect whatever is going on in this screen and then use that judgment to, as we have asked it to do, is to create a new story, mirror its metadata as it is calling it, and then just change the description, acceptance criteria, and so forth on the new attribute that we've given, which is the tree fertilization story, which is something that I would like to have would like my application to have. So I don't know if you noticed, but it used the copy story feature, which was kind of interesting. I had not given that in my prompt, but I think it just saw that there is a copy story feature, and then it rightly, assessed that that must be the correct thing. So let's see, is it actually? Yeah, it is actually reading right now, and then it will create a new story, I believe, and fill the details. So this, I think, is a really very powerful feature, and I have used this many times now. I'm showing like the simplest example that exists for this, but I have used it to do very, very complicated things, and you can see here that it opened a new tab. So when the cursor is like this and the browser has this icon, this means that Codex is performing the action now. So you can see that it is filling the fields and all of that on its own. So I'm just sitting here watching what it is doing, and it works very well. I mean, I've tried to do this in previous iterations of ChatGPT with whatever browser they had launched, and then also Claude Code with Playwright. I never actually got to use the Claude Code browser for Chrome, but what I see here is it really works very, very well. And I think it ran for 2 minutes 23 seconds or so, and it has created the story. It submitted it in front of us, and I think it is now opening a third tab and verifying whether the story has been created or not. So you can see that it did create. This is a new story that it created. So you can do many things here like this, and it just works very well without needing much intervention from you, really, as far as browser use is concerned. And here, in 3 minutes almost, it gave us a message that it has created the story which mirroring the original metadata. So far, whatever I've done with this has worked quite well, and I've been quite impressed. Two interesting things I have done with this, which are a little more complex than this, is one is over the weekend I just asked it to look at my current car insurance, and then opened a few insurance websites, and then said, just keep filling forms and find me a cheaper rate, and that it did. And then the other thing was more work related, is we had this requirement to do some skip automation for skip file analysis in ServiceNow, and I have no personal experience with this. So I just asked it to open my instance and show me what that would look like, and it did a pretty good job. And so I thought that this is a very good thing for you to learn from when there is something on the screen, and it can walk you through, navigate things through the screen. So just wanted to share that, a quick video of what I learned, and hopefully this was useful for all of you. Thanks for watching.